We know you love us, but the information on our podcast is provided for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional advice of any kind. If you or anyone you know needs professional help, please seek mental health services. Welcome to the Date Podcast, the show for anyone navigating the dating and relationship world. We interview celebrities, talk pop news, discuss dating do's and don'ts, and debate relationship topics. We are available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Please subscribe and review if you like what you hear. Check out our website, datepodcast.com, for more information. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, let's get on with the show.
Hi, it's Emma.
Hey, it's Zorric.
Host of the Date Podcast, and we're very excited to have a show for you guys today, even though it's just the two of us.
We are, and as you can tell, Emma sounds like she's on FaceTime because she's on FaceTime.
I am on FaceTime.
And your connection is a little spotty there, but we'll power through it. Like always.
I'm on the Wi-Fi. I don't know what else to tell you.
On the Wi-Fi. Speaking of the Wi-Fi, what are you watching right now while you're being in quarantine?
So I finished Downton Abbey in like 3 days. Because it's Downton Abbey. I was like, what else do I need? What else can I watch? And I'm actually watching Veep now. I started binging Veep.
You really like to hold on to the past because you're always rewatching things. Like you're very sentimental.
You know, but I feel like Downton Abbey is always, I won't watch the movie because the movie made me bawl like a baby and it just brings up a lot of sadness. So I won't watch the movie, but I will watch the show. So I think the ending of Downton Abbey was perfect. It was a beautiful...
Are you there?
Tidy.
Did I just lose you?
Did you lose me?
Say it again. It's a beautiful what?
It's like a beautiful gift with all the ribbons and all the bows, and it's just a perfect gift. The finale was for Downton Abbey.
Yeah, I like that show. But on that topic, there's a couple of shows that I think I might have mentioned. The one show, English Game, on Netflix. It's kind of like It's like the evolution of soccer, but there's a little romance. But it was written by Julian Fellows, and I saw also a new one called Belgravia or Belgravia. It's
actually been around for a while.
And it just came. No, it just opened.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I paid for it. And there's only one episode now, and I think the first episode is free. It's one of those things.
Where?
It's on Epix, EPIX.
I don't know that.
Yeah. So
I don't know that.
So it's brand new, and it's kind of like Downton Abbey, but it starts during during wartime, and you might like it. You should watch it.
One or two?
Which one?
Which war? Like a world war, or like a war?
No, it's like
which war?
It's like Napoleon, that era.
Is it in America or is it like in France?
It's in I don't even know where. I don't remember. But anyways, you'll like it because it has the romance kind of. It even the credits when they roll, the music is similar. The when they cut to different scenes, they play like the dramatic Downton Abbey music. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a wannabe. I want you to watch it. Just watch one episode, there's only one free episode, but you'll see it's similar. It's so similar.
Okay? All right, I will
see
if I can find it somewhere else because I don't have Epix.
No, but I think they're giving it away for free.
Okay.
You can watch it for free if you have like Amazon Prime. You can just jump on there and watch it for free. So
cool. Because I know HBO is being somewhat kind, I don't know, and like a lot of their shows on Prime and on Hulu like are being offered without having to purchase HBO right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So.
I think also SiriusXM, if you ever wanted to try them, they are free
I have.
until July. I think they're free till June or July. So,
But I'm
try
never
that.
in my car. That's usually when I listen to the radios when I'm in my car.
Oh yeah, and like you can't really drive right now, so
No.
good luck with that. You know, I was walking the other day.
With your dogs or without your dogs?
Just walking in the earth without my dogs.
Oh,
And
okay.
I passed a pretty decent park up north, and there was a ton of people there. I mean, there was like 15 or 20 people, and
Were you on the Katy Trail?
no, not the Katy Trail, but I'm sure there's people there too. But I lost it. I was like, these MFers, they need to stay home. Like they're the ones. And of course they're young. There's a group of younger people that don't even care about the livelihood of everybody else, and for people like me who are germaphobes and scared of getting sick, so I about lost it at that point. But
I actually went for a run today. So my best friend Shannon, y'all, we've had her on the show. She and I were talking this past week, and my back has been hurting. My lower back has been hurting.
are you
And I
pregnant?
think it's because I'm not working out.
Oh,
like I'm
okay.
not as active as I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was texting her and I was like, I miss the gym. I was like, the universe, I said it. I miss going to the gym. I miss working out. So today I had to go for a run because it's helped. It helped my back already feel better. And there wasn't that many people, but like if you were like jogging or walking and you would like pass someone, like the people would like, everybody would just move.
Yeah.
To like get away from you. It was kind of nice.
Yeah, it is kind of nice. It's
Being very respectful.
all right. So what do we have going on today?
I have a few things going on today.
Okay.
You know, the usual wedding cancellations. So Princess Beatrice, who is one of the princesses in England, or the UK, I should say, has had to cancel her royal wedding because we are on lockdown right now.
But do you still go to a courthouse and get that license? I think you do. I mean, I don't know if she did, but if I was getting married in this time, in this climate, I'd be like, hey, let's just go ahead and get the license, right? We can do the wedding some other time.
All of the couples that I know that were supposed to get married around this time, like, have postponed their weddings, but I'm not close enough to them to be like, are you still getting your wedding license? But I also haven't seen anyone post anything about it, so I'm assuming that no.
Yeah. Well, that sucks. That sucks because this whole situation is kind of like changing things. But maybe there's no more weddings from now on. Maybe no one gets married. Right?
No.
No, you don't think it's gonna change? Because everyone's always talking.
The industry is gonna.
It's gonna
come back like even crazier.
Oh, do you think everyone's gonna get
what
married?
it's been.
Like just to get married, just to get it out of the way, and like, yeah, fuck this, I'm gonna get married right now.
I don't know if everyone's going to get married, but I feel like the couples that are going to get married are going to have like, I think it's good. Like they're going to go all out. I feel.
Oh, you think so? So just in case the
I
next
think so.
pandemic happens. So if you have an inkling of getting married at the end of the year, I think you should get married earlier than that, right when this comes out, right? Because they're saying it's cyclical or something like that, right? And it's going to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So don't waste time, guys and gals. Get married, right? We condone it.
Don't get married.
We condone.
Don't get married unless you are ready to get married.
No, I mean, why not? I mean, I think we all should get married because we all might. It might be a crazy few years.
I have successfully avoided my first divorce by not being married before 30. So I think I would like to avoid the divorce as much as possible.
Did you have a suitor in mind to get married to before you decided not to get married and decided to?
I'm not saying I'm not going to get married. I'm just saying that by not settling and not marrying, I have successfully avoided a divorce.
That's true. I mean, obviously.
Before 32. So.
Yeah, I got
obviously.
you. You're 32? Oh my gosh, I'm only 26.
And yeah.
You're so old.
No, you're not.
All right, go.
And so then another proposal has happened as we're talking about weddings and marriages. Al Roker's daughter was proposed to this past week. So he, of course, announced it on his Twitter. His Instagram that his daughter was proposed to. And then, it was all over the Today Show. So it was very sweet. It was very nice.
Al Roker,
hasn't
he been doing this the weather forever, right?
The weather
What channel
forever.
is it? What channel is he on?
NBC, dummy.
And I don't know. I don't watch the weather. Although that's the best kind of news today, the weather. That's all I want to hear about the weather. I don't want to hear about anything else.
Am I going to be able to go outside today? Or am I stuck in my house all day?
Yeah. That's all I have to look forward to. Okay, so she got married. Proposed.
So the fiance, Wesley Laga, actually asked his blessing before proposing to his daughter, Courtney. So, of course, that's very thoughtful and sweet. And Al just loves him and cares about him. And, he said yes, but he also said, I told her fiance it's a lot of work, but anything worthwhile is.
Do you think he proposed as a weatherman? He did a whole skit, as a weatherman? No.
Al Roker's the weatherman, then future son-in-law is not dummy.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a way to build some rapport, right? Talk about the. Do you think they were talking about the weather when he asked for that proposal or her hand? No. Okay. So,
because originally he was going to propose to her when they traveled to Paris, but of course with the coronavirus pandemic, they were not able to travel. So, Plan B, it was in town where they live.
Do you think it was over Zoom, or it was face to face?
No, it was face to face.
I'm just saying, you can't do it. You can't do it today. You gotta go over.
Ooh, no. If I was dating someone and they wanted to propose, you are not doing
over
that
Zoom.
No.
Emma, can you get your parents on?
Don't make my mom get too happy, okay?
Your parents are fumbling for 30 minutes trying to figure out how to use Zoom. And
oh God.
Go ahead.
Man, my she just came in wanting for some help, and I can't give it to her right now.
Mm-hmm.
So John Krasinski, he has started his show, Some Good News. It's on YouTube, and it's a lot of fun to watch. I actually got very emotional watching the second episode because he brought on the Hamilton, the original Hamilton cast to sing the first song.
When do you not get emotional? Can you tell me a time you don't get emotional?
Right now, jerk.
Go ahead.
And so it was just so beautiful, and I think it was also I'm sleep deprived, I'm not sleeping well, and I'm in bed watching it, and I'm just trying to hold it in, but it was just so cool. But anyway, so on his third episode has come out, and so he has shared that he will be hosting a virtual prom for the high school kids that obviously can't go to prom this school year.
Okay, I'm over the virtual stuff. Okay, I mean that I'm done virtually. Aren't you? I'm just sick of.
What else are you supposed to do? I have a virtual happy hour with Shannon
That's
every
ridiculous.
week.
Okay, go ahead. What else?
With Shannon and Brandy. That's all I got.
Oh,
You're being rude.
That's it. Jeez.
That's it.
Okay. So in the same theme of videos and stuff like that.
Because you're so over it at this point.
Because I'm so over video right now. It's
well, what else are we supposed to do right now? It's not like we can go in person, we kind of have to make do with what we got.
What did you say, Emma? What?
I said we have to make do with what we got. Are you muting me?
We do. You're right.
I couldn't hear that.
You
okay.
can't? Okay.
No.
Yeah, so we do have to make do with what we got.
I'm glad I ruined your jokes. I couldn't hear it.
That's your new sound, by the way.
Oh my gosh. I hate it too. I hate all of it.
So we talked about this with our favorite guests in the whole wide world. Well, second to Cale O'Brien. We talked about this. We talked about this subject, and I asked her a question. I was like, "Hey, Julianne, do you think people are even breaking up at this moment?" And she said, "Of course, right?"
Yes.
Because I would, it's not a good time to do that, obviously. But if you have to, you have to. But so we found that there is this trend. This is a recent article we found, and this has been trending up and down the internets, and it's something called Zumping. Now, get your mind out of the gutter, Emma. I know you go sexual right away.
Yes, I am always one that goes sexual first.
So Zumping is the dating trend of the coronavirus times. What do you think Zumping is?
Something to deal with dumping, but I wonder how. How are the people being dumped, Zorric? Please tell us.
Okay, so people are being dumped over Zoom. But I would Zoom? I would rather be dumped over like Google Hangouts than Zoom. like why Zoom? Zoom is like
what's a Google Hangout?
Google Hangout is the thing that you can. It's like Facebook's like video chat.
Oh.
Yeah, but like Zoom has a really bad reputation right now because it's getting hacked and people are jumping on these Zoom calls unannounced. And I feel like Zoom is like the Walmart of video conferencing, but
although they kind of started us the target of video conferencing, they kind of started us target, and now they're losing their shininess.
They are, but
I also think it's because people aren't setting passwords.
That is true. That is a recommendation,
right? Like, isn't that like, I don't know, isn't that like security 101? Like, aren't you supposed to like put a password on your chat so that you can't get hacked? Like, or is that just like, or am I just not a mere mortal when it comes to Zoom?
No, it's like having a house without doors or having a house party without doors. I mean, come on.
Right.
You got to put passwords on there. And you're right. And I think they've fixed a lot of that recently. I don't know. They've been on the news for the past couple of weeks. But okay, so if you are about to end a relationship in this time, or if you're about to get engaged at this time, you use Zoom. And so that is where Zumping came from. So it's Zoom plus dumping. It's a term coined by The Guardian, who also helpfully put forward face tumped. So that's probably face dumped.
Ew, I don't like that one.
You don't like
all.
it doesn't like roll down the tongue. It's like face tumped. Face tumped. And then house pumped. House pumped for people who are ditched through FaceTime and house party.
So respectively for FaceTime is face tumped, and then house party is house pumped. Those both sound stupid.
I've never used house party before, so it must be the Walmart.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know. I think that's another FaceTime type application. So, do you know who Julia Mosser is? I think she kind of
no.
I don't know where she's from either. Where's our researchers at? They should be researching this for us.
Yeah.
But she posts something on Twitter. She's like, "Am I the first person who's been dumped via Zoom?" And then I think, it turns out no. She's not probably the first one that's been dumped via Zoom. I bet people have been dumping people over FaceTime for a long time.
I feel like we should put out a call right now that if you've been dumped by Zoom, please let us know.
Yeah. How would you?
I want to know, like, your style of grief as it's happening, or like your anger. Like, are you feeling angry? Are you feeling sad? Are you like taken aback? Like, what are all the emotions that you're feeling in that moment?
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
Because like, let's think about it. Like, how would you feel if I was like, hey, Zorric, like, let's chat over Zoom, and you're like, woohoo, I'm gonna see you on Zoom, and then I'm like, it's over, jerk, it's done.
You probably would do it just like that too. I can imagine you and your man. No, but the thing is too, you probably don't. You probably as a guy, because we're aloof to the signs. We probably didn't even know that it was coming. So we would have been like, okay, let's just FaceTime like or Zoom like normal.
Right.
But I think you would just take it like a typical breakup. But through a pandemic, what is the best way to break up with somebody? Is it Zoom? Or should you still drive up to that person's house, wear your mask,
No.
wear your glove,
No.
wear your mask, wear your glove, and social distance, and scream from inside your car, it's over? Is that
It's
okay?
over. Or stand in front of their apartment and then like run really quickly.
Yeah, you can do that. You can get one of those old like megaphones and just say, "Hey, Emma, just want to tell you it's that's it. That's a way to do it."
Yes, because I want all of my neighbors to know this information as well. Ooh, what about like if you drive and you have like a old school like poster board sign and it says like I'm done with you, I don't want to be with you, or I'm breaking up with you.
Yeah, I think a really classy way is to take a piece of rock, and then tie it, and then hold on. We're doing FaceTime and I'm getting a call, and then tie it to tie like a message to the rock, and then throw the rock
Yes.
at their window.
Yes.
There you go. That's
There
classy.
you go.
Yeah.
That also is how Zorric breaks up with someone when there isn't a quarantine. So,
Is that true? Is that true? Oh my gosh.
well, Zumping, I guess, is, the new thing. It's going to stay here for a while. I'm wondering now, though, like, I feel like this is going to change maybe how dumping is done in the future. So now, like, maybe it won't be face-to-face anymore, right? Like, it'll be through some kind of, like, online platform. Like,
You coward.
I think people would probably feel more comfortable with that.
You're still a coward for doing that. I think you should do it face to face.
I think because I think it takes like there's like because when the conversation's done, you can just hang up on them, right? Like there's no more of that crying, no more feeling guilty, like no more trying to like have like break up sex or whatever it is, and like that's it, it's over.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know. Just something to think about, like when this is all over.
Yeah, or I think the way I do it nowadays is I get my therapist on the phone with me, and I call the person, and my therapist breaks up with that person. That's kind of how it works. But yeah, so I agree with you. I think there's going to be a lot of change as far as dating too. We've talked about this for the past 3 weeks, like how it's going to change dating, but it's going to change the way also people dump. And for the dumper and the dumpy, So the article also goes on to talk about just different dating terms that we have not heard about. And since we're experts, we should know all of these terms. Right, Emma? But obviously, we do not. So what is blue stalling, Emma? Blue...
When two people are dating and they act like a couple, except there's always one person that always says that they're not ready for like any label or commitment, but like they are acting like a couple in that relationship.
Weren't you in something like that?
I'm sorry, weren't you in something like that too?
The story of my life. Story of my life. What about clout lighting? Clout lighting. What is that?
Ooh, this one's like, I was reading this one and I was like, ooh, this is rough. So it's a combo of gaslighting, and I had to like remember what gaslighting was. So it's gaslighting is basically like you like if I were to tell you something, you know, that really kind of upset me, but then you were to like undermine the reality, but like denying the facts or like not validating my feelings in that moment, or sometimes like or making me feel like that never happened at all. That would be a version of gaslighting. So this clout lighting is gaslighting, and it says chasing a social media clout. So someone will bait the person they're dating on the camera, trying to get them upset or angry, and then they share that video for everyone else to look at. And I'm just like, ooh, this is so manipulative.
That's so freaking dirty. That is dirty.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this one. These are all new to me for some reason. It's called fire dooring. Did you see that one? So,
yes.
fire dooring, being fire doored is when the access is entirely on one side. So basically, you're always waiting for them to call, text, and your efforts are shot down. So basically, you're interested in this person, and you're calling and texting and waiting for them to return your call or text, and you're always shot down. So that sucks.
Yeah.
There's so many different...
It also kind of reminds me of like breadcrumbing, but it's just, you know, that one is fire dooring is like a little more intense, I feel.
What about flash panner? Flash panner.
Someone who likes the warm and fuzzy, exciting start of the relationship and just can't handle what comes after. So like having a firm commitment, meeting the parents. So they're just basically looking for the thrill, and that's it.
Aren't you a flash panner, Emma? These all describe Emma.
Are you?
Of course. Gatsbying. To post a video, picture, or selfie to public social media purely for a love interest to see it. Gatsbying. You know,
yeah.
that
I really appreciate the fact that you also don't do the next one that's called hat fishing.
What?
So like wearing hats on your profile picture.
Oh.
And only wearing hats in your profile picture.
Oh, I mean, here's the thing. I feel like my hair is thinning. So just naturally, I'm going to start wearing hats later on. So just not while I have good hair. My hair's okay now.
I'm actually considering buying a wig because I can't see my hairdresser. And if you look at my video, like you can see my natural hair coming back. And I asked my hairdresser like what I could do, and she said nothing. And I was like, fine, I'm buying a wig. So I'll be buying a wig soon.
Well, you ain't going anywhere either. So you're just seeing family and friends, right?
But I see my roots, and I don't like seeing my roots.
Okay. There are so many. Let's do a few more. What about micro cheating?
I like how sorry. I like how it's like cheating without physically crossing the line, because I'm a big believer that like cheating is like cheating.
I agree.
So I'm not a fan of micro cheating. So I like how they classify micro cheating as emotional cheating, sexting, and fighting in someone other than your partner, that sort of thing. Because I'm like, no, that's still cheating.
Yeah, cheating is cheating. I mean, there's no way to wrap a bow around it. And there's no technicalities. It's like you're just cheating. That's all. This is the story of my life. Mountaineering, reaching for people who might be out of your league, or reaching for the absolute top of the mountain. So that's me.
But I feel like we all do this, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I think we did an early episode about how
early episode.
Yeah, we're always doing that stuff. These are all good. Obliga swiping.
Ooh.
Did you see that one? The act of endlessly swiping on dating apps and flirt chatting away with no legitimate intention of meeting up. So you can tell yourself you're doing something to put yourself out there. That's Emma. That is you.
No,
this is for you, for real.
I'm not doing that.
No, this is Emma. I put my stamp of approval that this is you right now.
I was actually processing with Shannon because Shannon was like, "Are you doing online dating?" And I was like, "No, why?" And she's like, "Well, just I think just try it out." And of course, like if Shannon could be a motivational speaker, and if I had had like 2 more glasses of wine in that conversation, I probably would have done it. But I stopped myself, and I almost like because she was trying to convince me to get on the dating apps, and I was like, "No, I'm not doing it."
No, I
Still
think
haven't done it.
I think Shannon is like a snake charmer because I think when I was talking to her a few times, I'm talking about this idea or something about a relationship. This was like years ago maybe, and
Uh-huh.
she makes ideas seem like they're great ideas. Like she manipulates you into thinking
Yes.
that you had this thought, and all of a sudden now it's like a great idea, and then I'm already doing it. Like so, she's really good at that. Yeah. Okay.
She is super good about that. And I don't know if she just has like magical powers. I don't know if she's like just a goddess in real life and that's why we're best friends. And I don't know, but I just know that when I talk to Shannon and there's things that she thinks we need to do, like I will do them. But I stopped myself this time. So I could not be this obligate swiping person.
Yeah, it's like she's like, "Do you really like the Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys?" I'm like, "Do I? Maybe I don't like the Dallas Cowboys." I'm like thinking through my whole life and have I ever watched any other team in my life, and I'm like, just maybe I'm lying to myself. Maybe I don't like the Cowboys. But anyways, go ahead. She's just really good at that. What did you see?
Ooh, I like shadowing. This one's a funny one. It says posing with a hot friend and all of your dating app photos, knowing people will assume you're the attractive one and will be too polite to ask.
I mean, here's the thing. We're gonna find you out. Come on, people. We're gonna find you. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna look you up somehow, and I'm gonna find your true identity. So, yeah.
Isn't that funny though?
Yeah. I mean, it's the truth, right? But it's also we've done an episode about this before, but about having attractive friends. Like you want to be seen with attractive people or something like that, right? Something like that. But I think it works. There's some psychological thing about it. Here, this is the story of your life, Emma. Sneeding. What is sneeding? Sneeding.
Actually, I don't do that, but I know someone that does.
Mm-hmm.
You know this person too.
What is it?
When you go on dates just for a free meal.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I hate that. That's ridiculous. Like, come on.
We both know a person that does it. I don't know if you remember that, but we both know.
Yeah. I go on dates for a free meal, but I end up paying for some reason at the end.
Yes, you do. You do.
Let's go. One more good one. What do you got? One more good one.
You falling head over heels for someone only to suddenly change your mind and dip.
Ooh. But when does this happen? Does this happen like in a marriage? Or in a...
It probably could.
Yeah. That's a good one. I've never heard about that one. Okay. So hopefully we have expanded your vocabulary and added these words to your repertoire of words. And that's it. That's all we got. Because we're stuck at home. We can't do anything. We can have guests, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's fun when the guests come over and we can drink a little bit and interact face to face. With the whole Zoom thing and the whole FaceTime thing, there's technical glitches and it doesn't sound the same too. So
I miss charcuterie.
Mm-hmm. I miss the cheap wine. I mean, the little things, I didn't think I would miss $1.99 wine from Trader Joe's, but I miss it.
It's $2.99 because isn't it the $3 chuck that we get? Or is it the $4 chuck?
I don't know.
What it's called
I just throw a bunch in there and there's like 10 bottles in my basket for $5. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. Yeah. Okay, Emma, what do you have for the peeps out there?
That's it. Just stay safe. Keep social distancing. Find an old lady hobby.
Hobbit or Hobbit?
Hobbit, yeah.
Yeah. And I
Both.
agree. Both. Okay. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Date Podcast. Please subscribe and review if you liked what you hear. Send us an email at hello@datepodcast.com for any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Most importantly, tell your friends about our show.